Hello student, today through this video I will teach you the 5th chapter of geography. The name of the chapter is agricultural practice, its significance and type. Let's start with the introduction. The term agriculture comes from Latin word ager and culture meaning soil and cultivation. Agriculture is the science and art of cultivating plants and livestock. Agriculture was the key development in the rise of human civilization, whereby farming of domesticated species created food surpluses that enable people to live in cities. The history of agriculture begins thousands of years ago. Agriculture is the main source of India's economy. It accounts for 26% of gross domestic product. It ensures food security for the country and produces several raw materials for industries. Agricultural development is therefore a precondition of our national prosperity. Agriculture is the most fundamental economic activity which meet almost 90% of our food and beverage requirement. Bulk of our clothing fiber and large amount of raw material required for different industries. Agriculture is practiced in over 49% of the land surface of the earth, employing over half of the world population. India's agriculture is composed of many crops, with the foremost food surplus being rice and wheat. Indian farmers also grow pulses, potatoes, sugarcane, oilseed, and such non-food items like cotton, tea, coffee, rubber, and jute. India is a fisheries giant as well. Let's deal with the factors for agricultural growth. Climate, land relief, soil, and vegetation are the main factors which influence agricultural activity. Now let's talk about climate. The growth of plants depends on temperature and humidity of the land and the amount of light it received. We can't practice agriculture in areas with extreme temperature, for example, below 0 degree centigrade and above 40 degree centigrade. We also can't grow plants in areas of severe drought. Land relief. Farmers prefer to cultivate crops on flat land, for example, in plains and valley bottoms. It is harder to cultivate in mountainous areas because in mountainous areas, machine can't be used for soil preparation and harvest. Terraced must be cut into the high seed. Low temperature prevent cultivation in high latitude. Livestock farming and forestry adapt better to mountainous terrain. The relief will also affect the available water resources. Now let's deal with soil. Soil is the result of the composition of bedrocks. Soil are made up of series of layers called horizon. Soil provide the nutrients necessary for plants to grow. The fertility of soil depends on various factors. Number 1, depth. Number 2, thin soil are made up external layers. Number 3, texture. Along with the natural factor, human activity is also important factor affecting agriculture. Social, economic and political factors all play an important role in influencing the types of agriculture practiced and even the crop and animals that are grown and raised. Human factors that influence agricultural use include population, size lead to larger areas of cultivation and competition for land. Farming techniques. In developed countries, modern techniques which include mechanization and fertilizer have increased the production. Now, types of farming. Farming involves rearing of animals and crops cultivation. It is an important part of agriculture. Farmers aim at providing enough healthy food to feed the ever increasing population worldwide. Different types of farming are practices in different regions across the world based on various factors. Types of farming include subsistence farming, mixed farming, nomadic herding, commercial plantation, livestock rearing, etc. Now, let's see sedentary primitive subsistence agriculture. Agriculture as practice in an area by a settled farmer in which fields are not rotate is called sedentary agriculture. The term was used for primitive agriculturalists in tropical Africa who farm the same piece of land indefinitely in contrast to shifting cultivation. Sedentary agriculture is mostly confined to tropical land where the followed fields are frequently raised and the cultivators stay permanently at stop. The rotation of crop is practiced and in comparison to shifting cultivation, greater attention is paid to the land and to the crop sown. The method of tillage or intensive plugging and hogging of the soil is done with crude hand implements. There is more employment of manpower in the field. Mixed cropping is adopted and more than one crop in a year is sown. The crop like maize, millet, potatoes, root crop, bananas, tobacco, small millet and pulses are grown in this type of agricultural system. Now, shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is an agricultural system in which a person uses a piece of land only to abandon or alter the initial use of short time later. This system often involves clearing of piece of land followed by several years of wood harvesting or farming until the soil loses fertility. Once the land became inadequate for crop production, it is left to be reclaimed by natural vegetation or same time converted to a different long-term cylindrical farming system. This system of agriculture is often practiced at the level of an individual or family, but sometimes may involve an entire villages. And an estimate population exceeding 250 million people derive subsistence from the practice of shifting cultivation, and ecological consequences are often determined. It is also called slash and burn agriculture. Now let's talk about intensive subsistence agriculture. In intensive subsistence agriculture, the farmer cultivates a small plot of land using simple tools and more labor. Farmers use their small land holding to produce enough for their local consumption, while remaining produce is used for exchange against the other goods. Student, what is so special about intensive subsistence farming? Intensive subsistence farming is practiced in area of high population. In this type of farming, the agricultural production is increased, big using high doses of biochemical inputs and better agricultural inputs. This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population pressure on land. Here is one question for you. How is intensive subsistence agriculture done? Intensive subsistence agriculture is a type of farming done primarily by land or with beast of burden on a small plot. That means intensive subsistence agriculture is done by the human being only. They are not supposed to use any kind of mechanical instruments. This type of farming only produce enough output to support the farmer's family, not for commercial sale. Space constraint require very bit of land to used. Student, now we can see in which type of areas is ideal for intensive subsistence agriculture. Intensive subsistence farming is practiced in densely populated region of Haryana, Punjab, Western Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh. Rice is the primary crop through intensive farming. Now we can talk about features of intensive subsistence agriculture. Number one feature, it is produced in areas of high population pressure on land. Number two, it is rendered land holding size uneconomically. Number three, irrigation are used for obtaining high production. In this farming, fields are small, unskilled labor is required for tilling, sowing and harvesting. Now come to our next topic, that is nomadic herding. Nomadic herding is the people who travel from one place to another during seasonal changes with their livestock in search of grasses. Nomadic herders wander in small groups and have no permanent home. They are found in the region of Africa, Asia, Europe, along with the tundra region of Asia and Europe. In Africa, nomads wander, had cattle, goat, sheep, and camel. In the tundra, they usually herd domesticated reindeers. Other animals managed by nomadic herders include horses, musk, and yak. What is transhuman? Transhuman is a type of pastoralism or nomadism, a seasonal movement of livestock between fixed summer and winter pasture. In mountainous region, it implies movement between higher pasture in summer and lower valleys in winter. Herders have a permanent home, typically in valleys. The animal produce is for local consumption. These nomadic communities often exchange any surplus for agricultural and manufactured goods. Student, in the following section, we shall discuss types of commercial agriculture which produce a large surplus that is mostly exported. Now we are going to deal with extensive commercial grain farming. Commercial grain farming is an extensive and mechanized form of agriculture. It was the invention of farm machine which enable farmers to cultivate grain on a large scale, and there is a market specialization in wheat monoculture in many areas. Extensive farming or extensive agriculture is an agricultural production system that uses small input of labor, fertilizer and capital relative to the land areas being farmed. What type of areas is suitable for commercial grain farming? Answer is, in commercial grain farming, crops are grown for commercial purpose. Wheat and maize are common commercially grown grain. Commercial grain farming is mostly practiced in the temperate grassland of North America, Europe and Asia. These areas are sparsely populated with large farms spreading over hundreds of hectares. Now, what is an example of extensive agriculture? Extensive farming most commonly referred to sheep and cattle farming in areas with low agricultural productivity, but can also refer to large scale growing of wheat, barley and other grain crops in areas like peripheries and steppe land. Now let's deal with dairy farming. Dairy farming is a class of agriculture for long-term production of milk, which is processed for eventual sale of a dairy product. Dairy farming is a type of agriculture that is focused on producing milk. Milk can be used to produce dairy products including cheese. Species commonly used are cows, but goats, sheep and camel are also used. Sometimes donkeys are used to produce an alternative to cow's milk for babies. The plant which processed milk and produce milk product are called dairy plant or dairy. Animals which are used for milk production in the dairy farm are called dairy animals. Modern scientific method of breeding ensure high quality product. Expensive equipment like milking machines, feeding towers are used. Dairy farming is practiced around urban and industrial center all over the world. The white revolution, a major development, has become one of the most largest milk producer and exporter in the world. Now, let's talk about mixed farming. Mixed farming is a type of farming which involves both the growing of crops and the raising of livestock. This type of farming is practiced across Asia and in countries such as India, Malaysia, Indonesia, Afghanistan, South Africa, China, Central Europe, Canada and Russia. In modern farm, they may grow cereal crops such as wheat and also keep cattle, sheep, pig, poultry and horses. Student, how mixed farming is beneficial for the farmer? The crop can be grown with the more productivity with the less input. This cropping method does not require fertilizer and manure as the growth of multiple crops fulfill the mineral content of the soil, thus increases the fertility of the soil. This method of agriculture yield more crop as compared to the monoculture or single farming. Now student, we are going to deal with market gardening and horticulture. Market gardening is small scale growing fruits, vegetables or flowers and selling them to restaurant and consumer. Commercial gardening or horticulture is growing flowers and non-edible plants on a large scale. A market garden is business that provide a wide range and supply of fresh product through the local growing season. The small output requires selling through such local fresh produce outlets as on farm stand, farmer market, community supported agriculture. Most of the produce is perishable, means things that does not keep for a long time. So for that it must reach the market quickly before it spoil. For that reason, beside a market, this form of agriculture also required an efficient transport system for quick movement for the produce. Now come to our last topic, that is plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture is a form of commercial farming where crops are grown for profit. Large land areas are needed for this type of agriculture. Countries that have population agriculture usually experience tropical climate with high amount of annual temperature and receive high annual rainfall. Now let's talk about major features of plantation agriculture. There are 5 main characteristics of plantation farming. Number 1, it is a single crop farming practiced on a large area. Number 2, crops are mainly grown for the market. Number 3, it is both labor intensive and capital intensive. Number 4, it has an interface of agriculture and industry. Number 5, developed network of transport and communication connecting the production, processing industries and market play an important role in the development of plantation. Number 6 of plantation crops are tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane and banana, coconut, oil palm as well as pineapples. Here is one question for you. Why is plantation agriculture is so important? It is important because student, plantation agriculture is an export oriented specialized farming method where the emphasis and importance is given to raise a single crop specially meant for export to the overseas countries. It is large enterprises with sound infrastructure where profit is the sole objective. Now, where is plantation agriculture practiced in India? Plantation agriculture is practiced in Kerala, Assam, Karnataka, Maharashtra. Student, this is all about our today's class. Now you have to do exercise and question answer in your practice copy. Thank you and have a nice day.